guys, so today I'm going to be sharing some of the lessons that I've been learning from this book. It's called The Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living. It's written by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hanselman. So let's get started. Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Rachel here. As always, hit that subscribe button so you never miss a thing. You can also like this video so that it is referred to other viewers as well. As I said earlier, today we're going to be discussing some of the amazing lessons that I'm learning from this book right here. It's called The Daily Stoic 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living. It was written by Ryan Holiday. It comes with a journal as well where you can make daily journal entries on the reflections of some of the things that you have been learning. So The Daily Stoic is a book that I have been so excited about getting into. Admittedly, there's some days that I have missed, but I'm trying as much as possible to learn the lessons that are in the book. Like each day it presents itself with different lessons, different quotes from some of the early Stoic philosophers who have so many valuable lessons that could be applicable to modern day living. So I've started this book in January and I've been reading it January, February, March, April. I said I was going to be doing what I would call the lessons in Stoicism, lessons that I'm learning in this school of philosophy, just so that you guys could know more about that. So for today's episode, I'm going to be sharing some of the lessons that stood out to me in the month of January. This book it's divided into three parts: the discipline of perception, the discipline of action, and the discipline of will. So each part has 4 months. So from January to April, I was learning about the discipline of perception, and January focused on clarity. It gave different quotes, different things to focus on, different things to reflect and think about, such as focusing on what matters, learning the difference between what you can control and what you cannot control, what is outside your circle of control. I'm just going to be sharing briefly the ones that stood out for me. From the title of this video, you can tell that the major one is how you cannot control everything. So just in case you have forgotten, I'm here to let you know that you cannot control everything. You need to be able to remember what is in your circle of control and what is out of your circle of control. There was one particular quote that stood out to me on January 4th, and it's by Marcus Aurelius, which is contained in his Meditations. I've spoken about this book a while ago. So the quote goes, "All you need are these: certainty of judgment in the present moment, action for the common good in the present moment, and an attitude of gratitude in the present moment for anything that comes your way." And this is what the Stoics call the big three: perception, action, and will. And it talks about how to just control your perceptions, direct your actions properly, and willingly accept what is outside your control. A lot of us struggle, and I know that me as a recovering control freak, we struggle with things that we cannot control. Like literally, what can you do about a flight that has been delayed when you are sitting at the airport? It's about how your actions, you have to be able to direct your actions properly, and that's just a random example. You have to be able to willingly accept what you cannot control. You cannot control people coming up to you to give you their personal opinions or judgments, especially even if it is unsolicited. But what you can control is your reaction to that. What you can control is what comes out of your mouth when you get any of that. And for me, that was a very huge lesson, because we are constantly surrounded by people who often want to project their opinions, their beliefs, and their convictions. They even want to shove it down your throat. Some people will give you opinions on how you look, your weight, how your whatever it is, and those things can affect you. They may come across to you as being negative, or it can come across to you as even something that you don't want to hear that could affect your day. Imagine somebody telling you something randomly, the person doesn't even know you, and that ends up ruining your whole day. So you have the power to control how you react to certain things, how you act, how you direct your actions, and how you perceive certain things that are happening to you. I know that one thing that I've learned about the Stoics is that they see things that happen in life as just things. What really matters is how you react to those things, or how you perceive those things that are happening to you. So something may happen and you may see it as bad, but a Stoic may see it as good, and vice versa. You may see your car stopping on your way to work as something bad, and somebody may see it as a blessing in disguise for an accident that you could have avoided, and in some way God or the universe was trying to prevent that from happening to you. So what matters is not necessarily the things that are happening to you, especially those things that you cannot control. What matters is how you react to those things. And I think that those were the two key words. You have the choice to react to however you want to react to, but there are things that are not within your control, and no matter how much you try, they will never be within your control. And I think that there's something like the serenity prayer that asks, God to grant you the serenity to accept the things that you cannot change, or whether the things that are out of your control. There are just certain things that are out of your control. The weather is out of your control. What are you going to do when it's a rainy day and you have to go out? Are you going to grumble? Are you going to have a bad attitude about it? And those are just the major things that I got from that. 2 short lessons. Remember, you cannot control everything, but those things that you can control, make sure that you are directing your actions properly towards them. Make sure that you are controlling your perceptions, and make sure that you willingly accept those things that you cannot control. Look, today you have a choice. You have a choice to say, something will happen to me. I don't know what it may be. The universe may bring up something good, something bad. However I choose to see it is what matters. What happens to me is not what matters. It's how I choose to see it and how I perceive these things that are happening. And being able to understand the fact that you cannot control what people say about you or what people say to you. All you can control is your reaction or what you say in that light. So those are the 2 short lessons that stood out the most for me in the month of January. I will continuously upload different videos like every month to share lessons that really stood out for me. I'm learning so much. Even in January, I learned so much about clarity. In February, I learned so much about passions and emotions. In March, there was something on awareness of self and just awareness in general. And in April, it was on unbiased thought. In May, I'm learning about right action, and this falls under the discipline of action. So yeah, I'm excited. I'll be sharing stuff with you that have stood out to me as I am reading this book. But just remember the most important things that I have said today. The 2 words are control and choice. Thank you so much for watching. If you've learned anything valuable today, please share with me in the comments. Like this video as well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.